and I'm back with another live broadcast. Okay, so right now I'm not gonna do the live pick a card, and that's simply because I don't have enough time. I'm only here until 12:30. So what I plan on doing is general readings, and if anyone wants to join me, you can definitely, I welcome questions, okay? If you have any questions that you wanted me to pull cards for, then definitely I can assist you with that, okay? But the card that just came out is the Magician, okay? So I think that this card is for someone watching. Someone may be having trouble manifesting, okay? Hey, Modern Mystic, thank you so much for joining me. I truly appreciate you being the moderator for this channel. I definitely need it, okay? Thank you so much for joining me. So today I'm just doing a general reading because I'm only here till 12:30. I have something to do at 12:30, so I'm just open to questions. So the first card that came out is the Magician. So I'm thinking that someone watching this or someone that will watch this, they're having some trouble manifesting, okay? They're having some trouble with their willpower. And it's just so funny because yesterday I came across a video by Billy Carson, and he was talking about manifesting. That's exactly what he was talking about. And he was saying that the reason why people are having, well, a lot of people are having trouble manifesting, even though they're doing all the work, they're doing everything that they're supposed to do. Basically, he suggested that we need to change our frequency. Okay, frequency is a real thing. Frequency has to do with our vibration. Everything has a vibration. Even the planet Earth that we live on has a vibration or a frequency. We also have a vibration or a frequency, and we can change those frequencies, okay? How we can do that? He suggested that we can change what we consume, okay? Not just physically into our bodies, but into our minds as well. So if we consume a lot of negative content, like the TV shows that we watch or the content that we watch on social media, we can change those, because in changing those it will change our vibration, okay? We even have meditation videos on YouTube where it has a certain amount of frequency, like it has, I think the 432 hertz is a good vibration that we should be taking in. You can meditate to those things and it can help to change your vibration, okay? So this is definitely for someone who will be watching this, okay? I feel that you're having, maybe you're feeling stuck, maybe you're feeling blocked, but yeah, maybe you need to change your frequency and that might help you to manifest better, okay? Let's see what other cards come out for us here. And like I said, I welcome questions from anyone, okay? We have the Emperor, okay? The Emperor came out along with the Three of Cups. Okay, interesting. So what I'm thinking here, hey, toy guy, how are you? Good to see you. So the Emperor represents an Aries male, but you don't necessarily have to be an Aries. But the energy of Aries is very much a natural born leader, someone who is pretty much fearless, okay? And they could be spontaneous. But yeah, just a fearless leader, okay? So this could be you. And then we got the Three of Cups, which represents, it usually represents friendships, celebrations, or it could represent, like, if this Emperor is in if he's in a relationship, the Three of Cups could represent, maybe someone's pregnant by his child. Maybe this Emperor is just about to be a father. Okay, maybe this Emperor is about to be a father. That's what I'm thinking here. So if this is you watching this, if you're in this position where you're about to be a father, maybe you're concerned about it. Okay, maybe you're scared, maybe you're nervous, maybe you're wondering, how am I going to support, these families? Maybe you're even wondering about your social life. Maybe you're thinking, oh my God, I'm going to be a father now, and that means my social life is going to be non-existent. Okay, so let's see, let's get more cards on that. Bottom of the deck, we have the Hierophant in the reverse and Two of Cups in the reverse. Okay, so maybe this Emperor is concerned about the fact that maybe he's not married. Maybe he feels that this person that may be having his child, maybe he feels like they're not compatible. Maybe you feel like you're not compatible with this person. Maybe you're also being pressured. Maybe there's like a sense of pressure for you to be in a relationship with this person and commit with this person, and you're like, no, we're not really compatible like that. Maybe that's the situation, or maybe you guys are not really getting along right now. But we're gonna see more about that situation. Okay, so tell me more about this Emperor here. What do we need to know about this Emperor in the Three of Cups position? What more do we need to know about this Emperor here? The Magician came out again. Okay, so the Magician talks about willpower. Okay, it's basically saying you have the power. So whatever it is that you're thinking of, Mr. Emperor, I'm not sure, but okay, thank you. Thank you for coming to my channel. Okay, if you think it's not real, I'm not sure why you're here. So, but yeah, like if you think that, I don't know, there's something that you're worried about here, Emperor, okay? But this is saying that you have the power. You have the power to change things. You have the power to change your situation. You have the power. The power is within you. Okay, so we got Aries energy. We also have Virgo, Gemini energy. Here's another Virgo card, King of Pentacles. Okay, so basically, Emperor, what you're worried about finances. Okay, I do think maybe you have a child on the way and you're worried about, how am I going to take care of this child? Okay, how am I going to do this? You're probably even thinking, I'm not even with the mother. We're not getting along. Okay, maybe you're feeling some pressure from maybe her side of the family or maybe your side of the family. Maybe there's some kind of pressure for you guys to get together and have a relationship, and maybe you don't want that. Maybe your main concern is finances. Okay, give us more information about this Emperor. What do we need to know about this Emperor here? What do we need to know about this Emperor? Tell us. King of Wands. Okay, King of Wands. So King of Wands is very much a leadership card, and again, fire sign energy. So again, back to the Aries. Okay, you could be Aries, you can be a fire sign, or you can be an earth sign. That's what I'm seeing here. But it's very much leadership qualities that this person has. Okay, very active. Okay, you get things done. Natural born leader, very creative. Okay, and what's the other word I was thinking of for the King of Wands? Oh yeah, the power to change things. King of Wands is very much linked to change. So you have the power to change things, okay? Look, the Empress in the reverse, exactly. So I feel like you're not getting along. You're not getting along with the mother, okay? Queen of Pentacles in the reverse, yes. You're not getting along with the mother of your child here, okay? Ace of Swords, because you realize something about her, okay? Perhaps what you've realized about her Okay, perhaps what you've realized about her is that maybe she's a very jealous person. Maybe she's very insecure. Maybe she could be a gold digger, very, very much concerned about money, very much concerned about finances. Okay, but there's something, some kind of truth that you realized about this Empress. In the reverse, she's coming out in the reverse. Okay, so that's not good. That's not good, okay? Tell me more about this Emperor. What more do you need to let this Emperor know? We have a card that fell out there. And it is Judgment in the reverse. Okay? Okay, so I think there's a lot of people that are involved in this situation here between you and the child's mother, between you and this Empress. There's a lot of people that are involved. There's a lot of people that are watching. I feel that you guys, you and the mother of your child are not getting along. And I feel like you don't want to be with her. I feel like you don't want to be with her, but you do want to be in the child's life. I feel like you want to be in the child's life. Yeah, nothing's really happening in the connection between you guys. Okay? And I feel like you don't really want to be with her. Judgment in the reverse. That usually represents no second chances. It's a no. It's like I'm getting a sense of regret here. Okay? Like maybe you regret even being with her. I know it sounds like a horrible thing to say, but it's real. Okay? So, yeah. But there's a lot of people. Queen of Cups came out and Chariot in the reverse. So I'm thinking that this woman, she wants to be with you. I think that she wants to be with you. I think that she's pursuing you. She's trying to force you to be with her, okay? She's using manipulation, emotional manipulation to she's using emotional manipulation to try to coerce you to be with her, but I get a sense that you don't want to be with her. Look, Six of Wands in the reverse. So you don't think that it would be a good idea to be with her. Look, Justice. Yeah, I think that she did you wrong. I think she did something. I think she did something to do you wrong. I feel like she embarrassed you, she shamed you or something. And I feel like you realized something about her, something came out about her, and you're like, nah, this is not the woman I want to be with. I don't want to be with her. You really have your mind made up, and she's trying to convince you to be with her. Okay? Liam Grayson, thank you for coming to my channel. I go by The Unique Goddess, and I'm a tarot reader. Yeah, so look, we got the Temperance in the reverse that came out. So there's an imbalance here in the connection. I feel like you realize basically you don't have the same feelings for her that she has for you. Okay, there's an imbalance. You guys are not equally yoked. Okay, and then you have the Fool in the reverse. Yes, that's what I was getting from the Judgment in the reverse. It's almost like you feel like a sense of regret. You feel a sense of regret about being with her. I'm really sorry to say it like that, but it's the truth. That's what I'm getting. So what I'm getting is that, yes, you are, like, you want to be in the child's life. That's what I get. I don't see anything about you not wanting to be in the child's life. You are concerned about this child. You want to be in the child's life. You're concerned about money, but you just don't want to be with her. That's what I'm getting here. Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay, so maybe you're not working right now. Maybe money is not. Yeah, Six of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah, your main concern is finances. Okay, and then Nine of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. So basically, to sum it all up, whoever this message is for, this Emperor here, okay, like I said, I feel like someone is currently pregnant with your child. And you're just a little bit worried, okay? You're worried about mainly finances. You're worried about how am I going to take care of this child, okay? because the mother seems like she seems to be very, very financially motivated. And also, you guys are not together. I feel like, you know, when you look back on your relationship with her, you feel like you made a bad decision. Okay, I feel like this Empress in the reverse, she has a bad reputation. I really do think that she has a bad reputation. And I feel like you found out some things about her that really confirms in your head, you're like, I don't want to be with her. This is not someone I want to be with. But you do want to be in the child's life. I think that you do want to be in the child's life. People around you are trying to pressure you to be with her, including she herself. She's trying to emotionally manipulate you into being with her. She is also an emotionally imbalanced person. She's up and down. She's hot and cold. I feel like she has tantrums. Okay, so she's kind of all over the place. And yeah, I feel like she's also very immature. But you feel like you were naive to be with her in the first place. You felt like it wasn't a very good decision to be with her. That's what you feel like, and you don't want to be with her. You don't want to be with her, okay? Yeah, 9 of Cups in the reverse. You're not really happy about that, unfortunately. So, okay, let me get some advice for you, okay? I want to see some advice about what this Emperor should do here. About this situation. If anyone has any questions that they want me to pull cards for, I'm available for that, okay? I'm open to that. There was someone I was hoping to see here today who had a question for me yesterday. Hey, Skyscraper. Nice to see you. Thank you for coming to my channel. Okay, so for this Emperor who will be watching this, what advice do you have for this Emperor in this situation? What should this Emperor do about this situation? Okay, he's about to have a child. He's not happy with who he's having the child with, unfortunately. He's not happy with her. She wants to be with him, but all for the wrong reasons, by the way. She's not sincere in the reason why she... Thank you so much, Super Skyscraper. Thank you so much. Yeah, so what advice? So this card came out. It says, if you believe. It actually came out in the reverse. I flipped it up right for you to see. So you guys are not feeling very optimistic about this connection, for sure. But I do think that things can work out. Like you guys can come to an agree. Look, it says you're ready. So you can do it. You can do it. You can definitely be a good father. You guys can actually work out being good co-parents, okay? What advice do you have for this Emperor who may be watching right now, or maybe they'll be watching this live in the future? What advice do you have for this Emperor? It says forgiveness. Let me see if this card was meant to be upright or reverse. Okay, hold on, let me see. Okay, it's in the upright. So there's some kind of, there's forgiveness that needs to take place here. Hey, So. There's some kind of forgiveness that needs to take place here. Okay, maybe you need to forgive her just for the sake of the child. It says within the next few weeks. So something is going to happen, and it says yes. Okay, it says yes. So something is going to happen within the next few weeks between you guys. Maybe you guys are going to have to communicate with each other and come to a real, and it says it's up to you. Okay, it's definitely up to you. Okay, so it's up to you. You have the power here, which leads me back to this Magician card. The power is in your hands. You have the power to make of this situation what you want to make of it, okay? Because I mean, she wants to be with you. I do think that she's more financially motivated than anything, okay? Maybe she's just like you. Maybe she's just worried about the financial situation of the child, okay? But look, it says big happy changes at the bottom of the deck. And then it also says choose a new direction. So maybe you need to focus on something else that you haven't considered, okay? Like I said, people are trying to force you guys to get married, or people are trying to force you guys to be together. And I feel like you don't want that. That's not what you want at all. But I'm thinking that you guys can compromise. You guys can say, hey, you know what? We don't have to be together to co-parent. It says ask for help from others. Okay? Definitely. And again, it's up to you is at the bottom of the deck, and then reconsider. Okay? So yeah. So Emperor, whoever you are that's watching this right now, or maybe you're going to be watching it in the future, just know that, you know, you have the power to change the situation. It's completely up to you. You can talk to her. You can talk to people around you, get more information, but it's not the end of the world. You're going to get through this, and you're going to be a good father. Okay? All right. So I'm going to do another reading here. It's going to be a general reading. Does anyone have any questions that they want me to pull cards for? If not, I'm just going to see what Spirit wants me to talk about with these cards. I was hoping to see someone today. I don't want to say his name, but he was here yesterday and he asked me a question. Hi. Sorry, I don't know how to say your name, but hi. Thank you for coming to my channel. I'm just pulling some cards here, some general messages. See what comes out. If it applies to you, great. Okay. We got King of Pentacles that came out. Okay, so the King of Pentacles usually represents an earth sign masculine. The earth signs are Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. Okay, so someone watching this could be a King of Pentacles, someone that falls under those signs, or you can just have those energies, because oftentimes we can find someone, they may not be an earth sign, they may be a Scorpio, for instance, but they have like the aura or the essence or the characteristics of maybe a Capricorn, right? So, but outside of that, a King of Pentacles is also someone who is financially stable. They're very secure. They're very mature, usually down to earth. Okay, so King of Pentacles, and then we have Two of Wands in the reverse. So this represents someone may be confused as to what they want to do, where they want to go. So this King of Pentacles may be confused. Okay, you may be confused about, like I said, what you want to do, where you want to go. You may be considering going back to a situation that you left. You may be considering going back to a situation that you left. Okay, we're going to find out more about that. At the bottom of the deck, we have King of Wands. So King of Wands, I think you're trying to come up with a plan, or you have a plan, or you have a vision in mind. Okay, something that you want to pursue. Two of Cups in the reverse. Yeah. So I think that King of Pentacles, this situation here that you're confused about, you're confused about which direction you want to go in when it comes to this situation, and you may be considering going back. It has to do with a Two of Cups. It has to do with a relationship that's not going so well right now. Okay, this is a relationship that you're very, very passionate about. Okay, I feel like you want things to work out. You wanna know, how do I turn this relationship from upside down to upright? How do I reconcile this connection? That's probably what you're thinking. All right, let's get more cards here. So tell us more about this King of Pentacles, Spirit. What advice do you have for this King of Pentacles who's confused about what he wants to do in this connection? I'm not going to take those cards, sorry. What advice do you have for this King of Pentacles who's confused about what to do about this person that he loves, but for some reason they're just not getting along right now? They're not seeing eye to eye. Okay? I feel like you want to go back to this person, King of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, the Lovers. It didn't quite come out, so I'm not going to take it. All right. We got Page of Cups. Page of Cups in the reverse. Okay. So, Page of Cups in the reverse. You guys are not talking right now. You guys are not communicating right now. And then also the Page of Cups in the reverse could represent unrequited love. It could represent unrequited love. So maybe you're thinking that this person doesn't feel the same way about you that you feel about them. Maybe you're thinking that this person is, maybe this person's younger than you, okay? Maybe they're a little bit emotionally immature, okay? Look, 3 of Wands in the reverse, okay? And then, once again, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Lovers. So, yeah, I feel that you really love this person, okay? This is the person that you choose. But for some reason, the communication isn't good between you and this person right now. You definitely, I feel like you guys broke up. Could be a temporary breakup. You guys did break up, and I feel like you want to go back, but for some reason you're not able to communicate. There's like a lack of communication. Maybe she has you blocked. Maybe this person has you blocked and you're not able to communicate how you truly feel. Okay, give us more information for this King of Pentacles. What does this King of Pentacles need to know about this situation here? What advice do you have for this King of Pentacles who is in this situation, Spirit? What does he need to do? I feel like this person, I feel like you really love this person and you want to know, like, how do I reconcile? How do I get her back? Okay, we got the Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. You're feeling stuck. Okay, you're feeling stuck. Yeah, like you want to pursue her, but you're feeling stuck. Things are moving very, very slowly. There's not a lot of change going on. Yep. Speaking of feeling stuck, the Hanged Man. Nothing's really happening in this connection. King of Cups in the reverse. So yeah, like you're not able to open up to this woman or whoever this person is. You're not able to open up to them. You're not able to tell them how you feel. Look, Four of Pentacles. So maybe it's you. Maybe you're the one who's just holding your feet. I feel with this card, I feel maybe you're afraid of, maybe you're a little bit afraid of progress. Maybe you're afraid of making progress. Maybe you're afraid of commitment, or maybe you were at one point and maybe that's why you guys broke up, but now you're ready for it because now you're more mature. Okay, we've got Temperance in the reverse came out, and we've got Queen of Cups. Okay, so what I'm thinking, I think the reason why you guys separated, King of Pentacles. Hey Tom, good to see you. Thank you so much for coming through. I think the reason why you guys may have separated, King of Pentacles, is because she's coming out. Hey Helen, hey. I think the reason why you guys separated. Hey King 49, good to see you. Thanks for saying hi. Thank you guys so much for supporting. Sorry. Yeah, so I think the reason why she's coming out as a Queen of Cups. This Queen of Cups, she could be a water sign. She could be Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces. But this Queen of Cups, she's very emotionally mature. Okay, she's very emotionally mature. But we also have the, thank you so much, King 49. Thank you so much. We also have the Temperance in the reverse. So Temperance in the reverse represents imbalance. So she's mature. but I think that there was an imbalance in the connection. I feel like she noticed the imbalance in the connection. I'm starting to think, King of Pentacles, maybe you were a little bit immature. Maybe you, because she's mature. I can see that from this card here. Maybe she was thinking that, you know, I'm not sure if the imbalance is coming on from her side or from yours, but I'm thinking that she's thinking that you're, because remember the Knight of Pentacles came out, okay? And then the Page of Cups in the reverse. We also had the Four of Pentacles. So I think, King of Pentacles, that you're afraid of opening up to her, okay? I think so. Or maybe you were back then, but now you're ready. That's also what I'm getting, okay? The Empress in the reverse and the Hanged Man. Interesting. Okay, another energy that I'm getting here. For some of you guys watching, okay, I'm just gonna come out and say it, okay? This Empress in the reverse, it could be your mother. You could, I'm just hearing mama's boy, okay? I don't mean to insult anyone here, but maybe this woman here that you were with, the Queen of Cups, maybe she felt that you were not mature enough. Okay, you were not opening up enough. You're not sharing your feelings, okay? Because she's someone who emotions are very important to her. It's very important for someone to be emotionally available, emotionally mature, share your feelings, things like that. But there's an imbalance here. She's noticing that there's an imbalance, even though she's offering her love. But I feel like she's feeling like it's not being reciprocated. And I also feel like, especially with this Knight of Pentacles, I feel like the relationship was moving slow. There was a lot of slow progress in the relationship. I feel like you were not ready to make progress in the connection. You weren't at that time. And I feel for some of you guys watching, it could be your own mother could be holding you back. Your own mother could be holding you back. You could be maybe a little bit of a mama's boy, okay? We're going to get a little bit more information here. Let's get some clarification here, Spirit. Why did this relationship not work out between the King of Pentacles? We got Seven of Pentacles that came out, okay? So it looks like, you know, if you continue to work on it, things will get better for you guys in the future, okay? Yep. So it's not over. You guys still have a chance. All right. Please let us know. Okay, and then we got Page of Swords in the reverse. And Three of Cups. Sorry, I'm so hot. Okay, so with the Page of Swords in the reverse, yeah, I'm just getting someone was very immature. Okay, I feel like maybe the problem is that you spent a lot of time with your friends, okay? And then maybe it caused a lot of arguments in the connection between you and her. So what I'm thinking right now, King of Pentacles, right now you're in this position. You're in the position of a King of Pentacles. I feel like you're ready now. You're ready, you're mature, okay? You're ready now. I feel like you want to go back. I feel like all of these things that we've been seeing, like this, especially this is the past. This is how you were in the past. You were afraid to make any progress in the connection. You see that the Knight, he's very much guarded. He's full of armor. He even has the shield in front of him. Okay? That's what's holding him back. He's afraid. This is a young man who's afraid of opening up. Afraid of telling the girl or the woman how much he loves her, etc., etc. Again, afraid of communicating, afraid of telling her how much he loves her, okay? She's been wanting you to open up to her. She's there, she's available, she's offering this cup, but there's an imbalance there, Someone needs healing. Okay, I feel maybe you hurt her or maybe vice versa. But anyways, what I see here, I feel like the problem is something between you and your friends. I feel like there's someone was very immature. Someone used to spend a lot of time with their friends. And I feel like it caused a lot of arguments and disagreements in the connection. Okay. I feel like maybe someone had some toxic friends here that were involved in this connection. Someone had some toxic friends that were involved in the connection and some lies were being told. Yeah, Ace of Swords. And then the Fool in the reverse. Yeah, someone was just, I feel like you realize, King of Pentacles, you realize that you were being foolish. Something about your friends. I feel like maybe you were influenced by your friends and they caused like arguments and disagreements in the connection. Maybe you used to go out a lot with your friends. Look, the Lovers. So you're ready for love now. Okay, so all of that stuff was in the past. That's what contributed to you guys breaking up. And now you know the truth. Now you know what you need to do. Now you're ready for love. That's what I see there with the King of Pentacles. Okay, back then you were not ready. Maybe you cheated. Maybe you even cheated. Because the Three of Cups oftentimes could represent a third party coming into the connection and causing a lot of arguments, disagreements, you know? So maybe you cheated, but now you want to be truthful, okay? Tell us more. What advice do you have for this King of Pentacles who wants to be with his soulmate? What advice do you have for this King of Pentacles who wants to be with his soulmate? We've got the Star. And we've got Five of Swords. So again, the advice here with this card here, don't be listening to your friends, okay? I feel like you have some toxic friends around you. I'm sorry, I'm so hot. I need to get an air conditioner or a fan at least. But don't be taking advice from friends, okay? Something about the people that you're around, okay, that gets you in some kind of negative energy. I feel like there's negative influences around you and you need to focus on yourself. You really need to focus on yourself and you really need to be bold and be individualistic. Think about yourself. Don't be in this group. There's a group of people. Look, burdens, stress, obstacles. Yep. These people are holding you back. Whoever they are. I feel like there's friends, even maybe family, that's really holding you back from this connection. Okay? People get into your ear. People influence you. And I feel like you need to separate yourself from those people. Okay? Anything else? Yeah, the Hermit. You need to separate yourself from these people. Learn to be alone. Yeah. Learn to be alone and go within. That's where you become wise. It's not from these people that are around you, okay? These people there's negative influences around you, King of Pentacles, that's affecting your relationship with your soulmate. And you need to get rid of them if you haven't done so already. I kind of feel that you've wisened up since then. You really have. Because the King of Pentacles is a very mature, wise man. Okay? So I think you know what you need to do. You do. Okay? I think you have been doing these things. Six of Cups. You see? Yeah. This is someone that you want to go back to. This is a past love that you want to go back to this person. Okay, but I'm thinking that you're insecure, like you don't know how she feels. You don't know if she still feels the same way about you. Okay, but don't worry about that. I feel like the key here between you and her, I feel like you just need to communicate. Yeah, you may think that she's in this Queen of Swords energy. Queen of Swords in the reverse. I feel like that's what you're afraid of. Death. You have to show her that you've changed and you've transformed. You're not the same person. I believe that you're not. Okay? Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Okay? You're no longer a fool that's juggling. Yeah. Look. Two of Pentacles in the reverse, Five of Wands in the reverse. I feel like, yeah, like I feel like you had some toxic negative friends that used to influence you to cheat. I think so. I'm sorry if I'm, you know, rubbing anyone the wrong way or whatever, but I do think that you had some negative influence here that used to influence you to cheat on this person, and so that's why you're thinking that she might not want you back. Okay, so let's get into this deck here. What is the future? It says within the next few months, and then it also says let go. All right, so what do they need to let go of? The High Priestess in the reverse, and then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So basically the High Priestess in the reverse, when the High Priestess in the upright, it talks about secrets. It talks about just basically secrets and just kind of keeping things in. But when she's in the reverse, she could talk about revealing things or talking about things or, you know, releasing information. So I feel like what this is saying is basically stop being so secretive. Don't be afraid to communicate. Don't be afraid to let this woman know that you love her, that you need her. And I feel with the Wheel of Fortune coming out in the upright, you're going to get luck in this situation and things are going to turn themselves around. Okay? Knight of Swords. Yes, be fearless and have honest communication, okay? Strength in the reverse. I feel like this is saying that you don't be afraid to humble yourself, okay? Let her know your weaknesses. Let her know that you were weak, okay? It says reconsider at the bottom of the deck, and then it says within the next few weeks. All right, so within the next few weeks, someone is going to come to reconsider. It says don't stop. Okay, don't stop. Don't give up on your pursuit. If this is what you really want, keep on going for it. Okay, anything else? Any other advice for this? Okay, so it says no. No other advice. It says ask your angels, okay? Ask your angels for guidance with this situation. And then it says in the near future, okay? So, yeah, I feel King of Pentacles, this woman that you really want to be with, I feel like you think that she's your soulmate and you messed up in the connection, unfortunately. And you're thinking the worst right now. You're thinking that she doesn't want you because you know, you messed up, but don't give up. Don't give up. You've changed already. You've made certain changes. There may be some more changes that you need to make in your life, such as getting rid of certain toxic friends that were bad influences in the connection, okay? And you really have to think about being more mature to come up to the level of your partner, okay? But you're almost there, and don't stop. Don't give up, okay? Things will work out, believe me. All you need is honest communication. Just be honest. Just be honest and completely transparent. She would appreciate that, okay? Because she's a Queen of Cups. They're very understanding people. They're very empathic. Very empathic people. Very understanding. So if you speak with emotions, they're going to feel those emotions. And I feel like she's going to forgive you, okay? All right, so let's get into another reading. Let's see what other cards here. All right, so what do our collective viewers need to know right now, Spirit? What does at least one of our viewers need to know right now? Oopsie. Okay, we've got Nine of Wands. Okay, so there's a situation, there's a hard situation that you've been facing a hard battle, and it seems like it's coming to an end very shortly. Okay, very soon. We also have the Seven of Pentacles. Okay, so the Seven of Pentacles represents harvest. It represents rewards. Okay, and then we've got the Chariot. Unfortunately, came out in the reverse. So there's this Chariot in the reverse could talk about things being stuck, not non-movement. Okay, so again, I think that you've been in a situation, it's been a hard battle, it's been a really hard situation for you, but you're coming down to the end. You feel like this situation almost got the best of you, and you're waiting for this reward. Okay, there's a reward that you're waiting for, and you feel like it's stuck. You feel like it's never coming in. Okay, some kind of reward. You're like, when is this situation gonna be over? When am I gonna get my, you know, whatever from this? Look, Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So it could have to do something with your work, okay? Or something to do with finances. Strength in the reverse. Yeah, you're feeling weak, okay? You're feeling weakened by this situation here. I'm not sure what it is, but we're gonna get more information, okay? So what is this situation here that this viewer, they feel like giving up? It's almost come to an end, this situation here. Okay? You're at your wit's end with this situation here, and you're waiting for this reward. It's something that you've been working on, but you haven't reward. Queen of Cups. So it's a situation with a feminine, okay? Is it back on now? It usually happens when my phone rings. My phone was just ringing. Is the sound back on now? Thank you so much. All right, so this situation involves a feminine. Could be a water sign feminine, but she's very loving, she's very nurturing, she's very empathic, intuitive, okay? Magician. And Nine of Cups. Okay, so again, give us more information here. There's a situation here. Okay. Four of Cups. Okay, this could be a situation where, I don't know, this is in someone feeling uninterested. Someone may be feeling bored. Okay? Bored, uninterested. King of Pentacles. And then the Lovers is at the bottom of the deck. I'm starting to think this is a situation. Perhaps you've been in a relationship with someone for a long time. I think maybe I'm reading for a Queen of Cups here. Okay? I think maybe you're in a situation, you've been in a relationship with this person for a long time. Sorry. And I think you're waiting for the relationship to go to the next level. I think you're really wanting a commitment from this person that you're in love with. You want this person to make a solid commitment and choose you. Okay? Yeah, you're kind of bored with how things are going. The same old, same old. There's nothing new in the connection. You're waiting for your reward. You're waiting for things to progress. You're kind of tired. It's been a hard situation. You're like, I feel your biological clock is ticking. Okay, I feel maybe for some of you guys watching, you've been with this person for a long time and you're just wondering, okay, when is he gonna pop the question? When are we gonna get married? Okay, it could be something like that. Okay, 3 of Wands. Okay, Knight of Pentacles. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna take them in the reverse because that's how they came out. 3 of Wands in the reverse. Knight of Pentacles in the reverse. 2 of Swords, someone being indecisive. Ace of Wands in the reverse, lack of passion. The Hierophant in the reverse. Yep. Death and Page of Pentacles. So basically, yes, that's what I'm seeing here. Someone, she's a feminine. I'm reading for a feminine this time, this Queen of Cups. You are in love with this person and you've been very patient, very kind to this person, but you're waiting for the progress. You're waiting for the progress. You're waiting for things to... This person's moving very, very slowly. They may have ventured off to someone else with this 3 of Wands in the reverse. They may have ventured off to someone else, but you're looking for change in this connection. Loss of passion here. Okay, loss of passion, loss of a great passionate opportunity, and you're looking for change. You want to fix things in this connection. You're willing to fix things. The Devil in the reverse and 7 of Swords. So somebody cheated here in this connection. Somebody cheated. Somebody fell into temptation, into their lust. They did it behind your back, sneaky. But I think you're willing to forgive this person. Okay, with the Queen of Cups there coming out in the upright, I think you're willing to forgive this person. Yeah, and you're just wanting to know, like, when are things gonna change? When are things gonna get better? Like, you know, you're just very frustrated, Queen of Cups. Okay, so let's get more information for you. What advice do you have for this Queen of Cups here? When will things change in this connection between her and the person she loves? She's waiting for the rewards to come in. She doesn't want to force. She doesn't want to be forceful. I know that. But she's just frustrated. She's like, when are things going to change? So please show us. Look, 7 of Pentacles. Oh, sorry, 7 of Swords. Sorry. 7 of Swords. So there is something sneaky still going on behind the scenes. Okay. Temperance in the reverse. And then the Wheel of Fortune. Somebody needs to heal. There's some kind of... oh. You know what I'm thinking, Queen of Cups? This may not be the person for you. This may not be the person for you. This may have been someone who was sent in your life to teach you this karmic lesson. This could be a karmic soulmate or a karmic twin flame. There's an imbalance here that this person needs to heal from. Something emotional that they need to heal from. Because I feel like they're in this energy here, 7 of Swords. This is a very sneaky person. Dishonest. Doing things in the dark. Okay? Give us more information here. Yeah, you may need to move on from this person. This person may be a lesson. Seven of Wands. There's a lot of challenges in this connection. Okay, a lot of challenges. I'm also getting accusations Fights, arguments, accusations. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. Queen of Pentacles in the reverse. I feel maybe your family is against you. And I'm also getting a sense of like theft. Maybe, I don't want to get too specific, but I'm just going to say what I feel here. With these 2 Pentacles card coming out in the reverse, maybe there was a theft here. Somebody stole something from someone and they're being accused. Tell us more about this situation here. What advice do you have for this Queen of Swords? The Devil. The Devil. One interesting thing about the Devil card, whether upright or reversed, they basically mean the same thing. So I do, look, King of Wands. I do think that this person that you're in love with, you want to be with this person, you're willing to forgive them, but I think that the situation is that this person is not willing to change. Not yet, not right now. They may come to you in your face and act like they've changed. They may come to you and act like they're out of this energy, but I think that they're still in this energy here. And I do think that people are warning you against this person. People are warning you, and I feel like you keep defending this person. You keep on turning a blind eye to what they're doing. Look, Nine of Swords. Okay? This person brings you a lot of stress, a lot of anxiety. So I think that the advice here, Queen of Cups, is you need to accept your losses and move on from this person. I don't think that they're the one. Okay, let's see if we can get more information here. What advice do you have for this Queen of Cups? Look, 10 of Cups in the reverse. And then, yeah, 5 of Swords. 5 of Swords. This person is dishonest. This is someone that you can't trust. This is someone who embarrasses you time and time again. They've told lies on you. They're just a very dishonest person. They've hurt you, and they've hurt you in such a narcissistic way, like they didn't care about your feelings. And yeah, that's what caused the connection. Sorry. That's what caused the connection to really fail. Yeah. 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. So I'm sorry, Queen of Cups. You love this person. You want to be with this person. You're willing to forgive them. This person has hurt you in the past. They've cheated on you in the past. They have you in this position, down on your knees. You're tired. You want this all to end. You want to know, when will things get better between us? Believe me, that's what you want. But this person is in this energy here. We even have the Devil that came out. And they're not going to change. They haven't changed. They may come to you and say that they have, but they haven't, because this person is a karmic. They are someone that you needed to learn from. We all have them in our lives. We all have these relationships in our lives where we feel that this is our soulmate. We feel that we met this person in a past life. And we might have, but not all soulmates are people that are meant to stay in our lives. Some soulmates come back solely for the purpose of clearing a karmic debt that either one of us had to each other in the past, or to teach us a lesson that we needed to learn and grow from in this lifetime. And I think that that's what this person is for you, Queen of Cups. This is someone that you just need to accept your losses and move on from this person. I don't think that this person has changed. They haven't changed yet, and they're not ready to change as yet. I don't know if they ever will change. Okay? So, Queen of Cups, as much as you love this person, I do think that you need to just accept your losses and move on from them, okay? We're going to get one more from this deck before we move on to the next deck. I want to see what the advice is for you, okay? Look, Wheel of Fortune. You need to close off that cycle. It's a karmic cycle. Yep, King of Swords in the reverse. This person's a narcissist. This person's a narcissist, and they need to, they're heartless, they're cold. You need to cut them off. Yeah, no new beginning in love for this person. This person's very selfish with their feelings. They're a cold person, okay? They're just very cold. Compared to you, you're offering this cup. They have their cup turned down. This person doesn't show love at all. They don't know how to love. Yep. This person doesn't know how to show their love. They don't know how to communicate their love. This person is just emotionally blocked. Okay? They may be seeing someone else too. They may be seeing someone else. This Queen of Wands in the reverse. They may be having actual relationships with this person here. It's creating burdens, blockages, obstacles in your connection. This, yeah. So basically, this other person here, they're not in love. They're not in love. Unfortunately, they don't know how to love. They don't know how to love. They have a lot of issues that they need to heal from. Okay? They're not the person for you, unfortunately, Queen of Cups. I'm sorry to say that, but they're not. Okay? You love this person. You want to be with them. You're willing to forgive them. I know. But I do think that you need to move on from this person. They're not interested in love. They're interested in sex. That's what they are. It says it's up to you. Okay? What advice do you have for this Queen of Cups when it comes to this situation about the person that she loves? What other advice? It says no need to worry. Okay, so don't worry about this person. It says no at the bottom of the deck. All right, so don't worry about them. Please give us more. It says unlikely. Okay. What other advice do you have? Where is this relationship going between the Queen of Cups and her so-called soulmate? We'll call him a karmic soulmate. Okay, so what advice do you have for this Queen of Cups and her karmic soulmate? What's going to happen in this connection between them? Be assertive came out in the reverse. Okay? So I think that you've been being too nice to this person. You've been being too nice. You've been kind of enabling them. I feel like this card is saying you need to give them a piece of your mind. Okay? Not that it's gonna, I don't think that it's gonna do anything. Because I just don't think, I think this person is gonna change. It says ask for help from others, and it says you're ready. So I think that you're afraid of moving on and being alone. And you don't need to worry about that, okay? There will be people that will be there. Look. It says there's something better. Don't be afraid to move on from this person. He's not your end-all, be-all. There is something better out there for you. Don't be afraid. And you will have lots of people that are supporting you, okay? Because The reason why I know this is because you have people that are telling you, hold on, where's the card? You have people that are telling you that this person's no good for you. I think this is it here. And you keep defending, you're defending this person. There's people that are like, get rid of him. I feel like it's family members especially. They're like, no. But you keep defending the, but yeah, don't be afraid to move on from this person, okay? They're not ready for love. They're not capable of love right now. It says let go. Look at that. And look, let go. Once you do, the situation will improve for you, okay? Yes. So you've developed an attachment to him. I'm so sorry to hear that, but you're strong enough to move on. You can do it. Okay? People around you will support you. You need to let go of this person because there's something better for you out there. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. I know exactly what that feeling is. I know, we've all been there. I'm a woman too. We've been there. We've been attached to the wrong person. And we think that we can change the person, or we think that they can change. This person's not ready to change, okay? 3 of Pentacles in the reverse. It's like you can't build with that person, okay? It's just stuck. The person is stuck in their own stubborn ways. Okay, and you can't keep sacrificing yourself waiting for that person to change. Okay, you need to let go. All right. Okay, so thank you guys all for joining me. I think I'm gonna end the live now because I do have an appointment coming up. I have to get myself ready for that. So I will be coming on after my appointment though, which is gonna be later on in the afternoon, maybe 3 o'clock. Okay. So I hope you guys could join me for that. Thank you so much, Modern Mystic, for coming in and moderating for me. Thank you so much. I hope to see you again back at 3 or whenever I come on. I think that's the time I'm going to set it for. And remember, if you guys have any questions, I'll be able to answer them. But if not, I'll be doing my live pick a card again, okay? So this time I'll have a topic and I'll do my live pick a cards at that time, okay? So I'm going to end it now. Have yourselves a very blessed and beautiful day until I see you again. And namaste.